Sit down a while, son. Let me tell you something that took me a lifetime to learn. What does it really mean to love someone? I mean, truly love them. Not just the butterflies and the wanting, but the kind of love that weathers storms and grows stronger with time. You know, I used to think love was about finding the right person. Spent years searching, chasing, thinking if I could just meet her, the one who'd complete me, then everything would fall into place. But I was looking at it all wrong, you see. I was like a lighthouse keeper trying to guide ships to shore before I'd even learned to tend my own flame. That's what I want to talk to you about today, the lighthouse keeper. There's wisdom in that image, son. A man standing alone on the rocks, night after night, keeping watch. Most folks would say that sounds lonely, maybe even sad. But I've come to understand something different. That keeper isn't alone because he's broken or unwanted. He's alone because he has work to do. Important work that can only be done in solitude. You see, before that keeper can guide a single ship safely to harbor, he must first learn to tend his own light. He has to know every corner of that lighthouse, every creaking board, every window that needs cleaning. He has to understand the rhythm of the waves, the patterns of the storms, the way the wind carries voices across the water. All of this, he learns alone. And here's what I've learned after 70 years of living, son. A man who cannot sit with his own thoughts will struggle to truly hear another's. I know that might sound harsh, but it's true. How can you listen, really listen, to someone else's heart if you can't even quiet the noise in your own? I remember when I was about your age, I was terrified of silence, terrified of being alone with myself. I'd fill every moment with noise, with people, with distractions. Thought it made me more alive, more connected. But what I was really doing was running from the very work that would make me capable of love. The lighthouse keeper learns patience in those long, quiet hours. He learns that strength isn't about never feeling lonely. It's about sitting with that feeling until it transforms into something deeper. Solitude, son, that's what it becomes. A loneliness and solitude, they're not the same thing at all. One drains you, leaves you desperate and grasping. The other deepens you, fills you with a kind of steady presence that others can feel. When a man learns to be alone, truly alone, he discovers who he is when no one is watching. He learns what he stands for when there's no one to impress. He builds what I call inner steadiness. You know what I mean? That quiet confidence that doesn't need constant validation, that doesn't bend with every wind of opinion or emotion. Now, the lighthouse keeper doesn't keep that light burning just for himself. No, son. He tends it knowing that one day ships will need guidance. Travelers will need safe harbor. But here's the key. He can only offer what he's first cultivated in himself. His light, his knowledge of the waters, his ability to stand firm when the storms rage. All of this comes from those solitary hours of preparation. A man must know himself before he can offer himself in a relationship without losing that self. I've seen too many good men disappear into relationships, becoming whatever they think their partner wants them to be. They never learned to stand alone, so they don't know how to stand together. When you know how to be alone, when you've made peace with your own silence, when you've learned to enjoy your own company, then you bring something real to love. You bring wholeness instead of neediness. You bring presence instead of desperation. You bring the kind of steady flame that can warm another soul without burning out. The ships that find their way to that lighthouse, they're not looking for someone to complete them. They're looking for someone who can stand with them through the storms. Someone whose light has been tested by solitude and found reliable. So, take your time, son. Learn to sit with yourself. Learn to enjoy a quiet morning, a long walk, the sound of your own breathing. Learn what you think about things when there's no one else's opinion to lean on. Build that inner steadiness that comes from knowing who you are and being comfortable with that knowledge. The world will tell you that being alone is something to fear, something to escape from as quickly as possible. But I'm telling you different. I'm telling you that before you can love someone deeply, you must first stand on your own, whole, grounded, and unafraid of your own silence. Your light will shine brighter for it, and when the right person comes along, they'll see that light from miles away, knowing they've found not just someone to love, but someone who knows how to love in return. The lighthouse keeper tends his flame alone, but he does it for everyone who needs safe harbor. That's the kind of man you can become, son. That's the kind of love you can offer the world. I can see that light in you already, you know. It's there, waiting to be tended, waiting to grow steady and strong. Don't rush it. Don't let the world convince you that being alone is something to fear. Take your time with yourself. Learn to love your own company first. Now go on and keep that flame lit.